Welcome back here on Linder Farm Network, and I am joined by John Zook from Winfield United. And John, we're out here at the CFS Field Technology Days, and I just watched your presentation at the soil pit. Very interesting information for farmers. And one of the things farmers, it seems like they don't realize how much compaction they're causing during harvest season. They have some people out helping them in the fields, maybe taking the shortest route across the field. That isn't the best case scenario.
Yeah, one thing I seen last year was probably more dirt up on the roadway than we've ever had. And one thing I always like to tell growers is that first compaction happens, 80% of your compaction happens the first pass across the field. So I always like to set up tram lines or make sure it's communicated to maybe not take the shortest path, but try to take the same path because now you limit the compaction across the field as you're going over with all your machinery this fall.
And one thing that came up during the conversation was somebody saw an aerial shot of a wheat field that they could actually see 80% of the field had some kind of compaction between a four-wheeler, a combine, a grain cart. And if you consciously concentrate on where you're driving, you can cut that down to maybe only 30% of the field.
Yeah, you could probably cut your compaction down greatly, maybe even more than 30% on the field if you set up the tram line. Say if you get to the end of the field, turn down and have field drives on either end of it if you're that fortunate, making sure you're having less traffic as possible across that field, especially if you're in moisture conditions like we've been dealing with so far this August.
Another interesting subject is putting nitrogen on when the plant really needs it. And that was a subject you're really talking about today.
Yeah, so I think that's probably the biggest conversation that I've been having with growers, especially seeing some nitrogen deficiencies out there this year. We know that the corn plant takes up nitrogen 80% of its needs from V6 to R2. So timing that nitrogen uptake in season is probably going to be important. And the only ways we can do that is by using nitrogen stabilizers, multiple applications, and then also measuring for nitrogen, whether in the soil or in the tissue, to help make a decision of how much you need to have and when.
John, these are very important questions to ask your agronomists through CFS or Winfield United.
Yes, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.